A new enemy of all humanity has arrived. I don't need to explain in many words the meaning of the matter at hand. The previous reasons for the idea of establishing a world government, such as preventing wars, etc., are not relevant under the threat of global annihilation, and the concepts that preceded until today are not concerned with the overall goal of the World Party world government. All this needs to be reconsidered differently. This reason alone is sufficient for the establishment and declaration of a world government as a preventive course of action and without future profit. This is the new perception and a realistic necessity. Some summary points. 1. International constitution is a necessity for the continued existence of all humanity. 2. The methods of action that we must consider are those that have not been taken into account until today. 3. Calculation of a renewed route will be based on 3 parameters: schedule, action, result, and the danger index. 4. The degree of validity of the authorities and the existing bodies should be re-examined. 5. The declaration of a world government must be taken into account. According to the previous 4.6, the validity of traditional ways of thinking are no longer relevant. 7. All of the above is relevant, but only up to the point of no return. 8. Any action under the aforesaid will be taken as an immediate potential threat. 9. All laws contradicting this declaration are repealed under the international constitution law by virtue of Jus Cogens 10. The declaration of the legally into force of a comprehensive international constitution will be subject of the 3 parameters, the 4 points, and the point of no return. Talk about it. Laws govern our lives in ways both seen and unseen. They dictate our actions, our interactions, and even our thoughts. But where do these laws come from, and what is their true origin? What principles and philosophies guide their creation and enforcement? The answers lie not just in legal texts, but in the expansive realm of philosophy. Philosophy provides the bedrock for legislation, offering timeless insights. It provides a framework for understanding justice, rights, and the very nature of law itself, shaping our moral compass. By delving into the philosophical underpinnings of legislation, we gain a deeper appreciation for the laws that shape our society and our lives. We can better understand their purpose, their limitations, and their potential impact on our daily existence. This exploration takes us on a journey through the necessity of a new international constitution, revealing the complexities involved. We will also explore the transformative concept of the Continental Alliance Legislative Authority, merging democratic representation with digital smart contracts. By integrating blockchain technology with admiralty rules, a new era of maritime law could be ushered in, characterized by transparent and immutable record-keeping. The implementation of smart contracts in international trade promises a reduction in disputes and intermediary involvement, streamlining transactions through automated, condition-based execution of agreements. The stock market stands on the brink of a digital revolution, with blockchain platforms poised to facilitate the trading of shares and securities, offering instantaneous settlement and fortified security measures against fraudulent activities. A robust legal framework is imperative to reconcile traditional admiralty law with cutting-edge technologies, ensuring comprehensive protection of rights and obligations for all stakeholders within the maritime domain. The United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea serves as a pivotal precedent, providing a legal scaffold that could inform the development of a harmonized legal framework accommodating technological advancements. The Constituent Constitution of International Authority emerges as a cornerstone document for global governance, aiming to address pressing issues such as environmental protection and the collective rights of humanity, thereby fostering a sustainable future. Global warming alliances and international collaboration are necessitated by the urgent need to address global endangerment, compelling humanity to adopt the Constituent Constitution of International Authority, dedicated to the law of natural environmental protection of society. In the realm of international law, the category definition of crimes against humanity must be meticulously crafted to reflect the gravity of such offences and ensure accountability on a global scale. The principles of Cogen's laws and the judicial authority to establish tribunals underscore the necessity for a global referendum, explicitly enacting jurisdiction over international matters, thereby reinforcing the rule of law on a worldwide stage. Let us begin our journey into the mind of the lawgiver, exploring the depths of legal philosophy. A law is not arbitrary. It is not a product of mere whim or caprice. Instead, it is bound by a series of limitations that ensure its justness, effectiveness, and coherence. These limitations, 7 in total, act as guiding principles for responsible and effective legislation. First among these is logical consistency. Laws must be internally coherent, free from contradictions and inconsistencies. Contradictory laws create confusion and undermine the legitimacy of the entire legal system. Imagine a law that both permits and prohibits a certain action. Such a contradiction would render the law meaningless. Second, laws must be contextually relevant. They should address the specific needs and circumstances of the society they govern. A law designed for an agrarian society may be wholly inappropriate for an industrial one. Laws should be tailored to the time and place in which they are enacted. Echoes of the past: historical continuity in law. Third, laws should respect historical continuity. While change is inevitable, laws should generally build upon existing legal traditions and precedents. This ensures a degree of stability and predictability in the legal system. Abrupt and radical departures from established norms can be disruptive and destabilizing. The moral compass of legislation. Fourth, laws must embody ethical integrity. They should reflect the fundamental moral principles of the society they govern. Laws that violate basic notions of fairness, justice, and human dignity are unlikely to garner respect or adherence. The art of the possible: practical feasibility in lawmaking. Fifth, laws must be practically feasible. They should be enforceable and capable of being implemented with the resources available. A law that is impossible to enforce or that places unrealistic burdens on citizens is unlikely to be effective. Sixth, laws must strive for semantic clarity. They should be written in plain, unambiguous language that is accessible to all. Confusing or poorly worded laws lead to misinterpretations, disputes, and inconsistent application. Finally, laws should have a philosophical justification. They should be grounded in a clear understanding of the principles of justice, fairness, and the common good. Without a solid philosophical foundation, laws risk becoming arbitrary instruments of power. Section 3. The mindful legislator. 3 pillars of consciousness. Crafting effective legislation requires more than just technical expertise. It demands a particular kind of consciousness, an awareness of the world and the law's place within it. This legislative consciousness rests upon 3 fundamental pillars. Seeing the world as it is. Knowledge of the visible. The first is knowledge of the visible. This refers to a deep understanding of the social realities that laws are designed to address. It's about seeing the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. A lawmaker must be attuned to the needs, values, and challenges of the people they serve. The second pillar is knowledge of the intellect. This encompasses the ability to reason abstractly, to think critically about complex issues, and to anticipate the unintended consequences of legal interventions. It requires a keen, analytical mind and a willingness to engage with diverse perspectives. The third pillar is knowledge of necessity. This involves understanding the limits of law and the importance of restraint in its use. It's about recognizing that not all problems can be solved through legislation, and that some matters are best left to individual conscience or social norms. Section 4. Echoes of ancient wisdom. Aristotle, al-Ghazali, and Kant. The ideas we have explored are not new. They have deep roots in the annals of history. They have been discussed and debated by philosophers and legal scholars for centuries, shaping the very fabric of our legal systems. Figures like Aristotle, al-Ghazali, and Kant, each from different times and cultures, offer invaluable insights into the philosophical foundations of law, bridging the past and the present. Aristotle, the Greek philosopher, stressed the importance of law in promoting virtue and happiness, believing that a just society is built on good laws. He believed that good laws could help individuals develop good habits and live fulfilling lives, contributing to the overall well-being of the community. His emphasis on virtue ethics continues to influence legal theory today, particularly in areas like criminal justice and professional responsibility, where moral character is paramount. Al-Ghazali, the Islamic theologian and jurist, saw law as an expression of divine will, intertwining faith and justice. He believed that laws should reflect the eternal principles of justice and mercy revealed in Scripture, guiding society towards righteousness. Al-Ghazali's work highlights the role of religious and moral values in shaping legal systems, emphasizing the spiritual dimension of law. Immanuel Kant, the Enlightenment philosopher, emphasized the importance of reason and autonomy in law, advocating for rationality in legal processes. He argued that laws should be based on universal principles that could be arrived at through rational deliberation, ensuring fairness and equality. Kant's ideas continue to be influential in areas like human rights law and international law, where the goal is to establish universal norms of conduct, transcending cultural and national boundaries. These three thinkers, despite their differences, all recognize the importance of grounding law in a solid philosophical framework, ensuring its legitimacy and moral authority. They remind us that law is not simply a matter of power or expediency, but a reflection of our deepest values and aspirations, guiding us towards a just and equitable society. Section 5. The enduring legacy, ancient wisdom in the modern world. The philosophical principles we have discussed are not mere relics of the past. They are living ideas that continue to shape our world. They remain deeply relevant in the 21st century, informing debates on a wide range of contemporary legal issues, from privacy rights to international law. Consider the ongoing debates about artificial intelligence and its impact on society. As technology advances, these discussions become even more critical. As we develop machines capable of making decisions that affect human lives, we must grapple with complex ethical and legal questions. These questions are not just theoretical, they have real-world implications. Should AI systems be held accountable for their actions? This is a question that challenges our current legal frameworks. What rights should be afforded to AI entities? The answers to these questions will shape the future of our legal systems. These questions require us to revisit fundamental philosophical principles about the nature of intelligence, responsibility, and the very definition of personhood. They force us to rethink what it means to be a moral agent. Similarly, the rise of globalization and the increasing interconnectedness of the world present new challenges for legal systems. These challenges are multifaceted and complex. How do we reconcile different legal traditions and values in an increasingly globalized world? This is a question that requires deep reflection and innovative solutions. How do we create international legal frameworks that are both effective and legitimate? This is a pressing issue in today's interconnected world. Addressing these challenges requires us to engage in a dialogue across cultures and legal systems, drawing on the wisdom of diverse philosophical traditions. This dialogue is essential for mutual understanding and cooperation. Even in our daily lives, we confront legal issues that demand careful philosophical consideration. These issues are not just for experts, they affect us all. Issues like data privacy, genetic engineering, and environmental protection raise profound ethical and legal dilemmas. These dilemmas require us to think deeply about our values and priorities. Navigating these complex issues requires us to engage with the fundamental principles of justice, fairness, and the common good. These principles are the foundation of a just society. The philosophical foundations of law are not abstract or esoteric. They are practical and essential for the functioning of society. They are the very bedrock of a just and functioning society. Without these principles, our legal systems would be adrift. By understanding these principles, we can become more informed citizens, more effective advocates, and more responsible participants in the legal system. This understanding empowers us to make a difference. The wisdom of the past can illuminate our path in the present and help us build a more just and equitable future for all. This wisdom is a guiding light for our journey forward.